Around the clock, around the world, this is RT here in Moscow. Good to have you with us. There's about to be a new pair of eyes watching over what internet users in the US are doing online. The country's new Cyber Tsar is supposed to protect the nation's networks from attack, but it'll also give the White House unprecedented surveillance access over the internet. Well, to talk more about what this means for computer users like you and me, I'm joined by investigative journalist and RT contributor Wayne Madsen, and he's recently written about the Cyber Tsar program. Wayne, good to see you there. Tell us more about the Obama administration's choice for the job. Firstly, his name is Tom Davis. Now, he's the man, didn't he back George W. Bush's internet surveillance powers?
Well, when Tom Davis was a Republican congressman from the state of Virginia, he was the chairman of the quite powerful House Government Operations Committee. Davis absolutely supported all of George W. Bush's initiatives. He was very tough on national security whistleblowers, including those from the National Security Agency, which is ultimately going to have the power to conduct this type of internet surveillance. Congressman Davis, a Republican, was also very supportive of the Bush administration's desire to classify information in the public domain. So he's not been a very good friend of privacy, and the choice of Davis has really raised some eyebrows among people who thought that Obama meant what he said when he said he was committed to restoring privacy. He said that during the campaign, but his actions actually look like he's taking another direction entirely.
Well, Wayne, you mentioned that word privacy. Let's look at the implications of this. Does this actually mean that every time you, say, log on to Facebook, Twitter, or these other social networks, or indeed even check your email, that there'll actually be a government watchdog, in effect, sitting by your side and watching everything you're doing?
Well, yes, that's the fear, and absolutely we've seen some indications that that is the intention of the Obama administration in conjunction with NSA. I would note that the head of the Homeland Security's National Cyber Security Center, Rod Beckstrom, resigned in protest a few months back over this plan by the National Security Agency to conduct this unprecedented real-time surveillance over the internet, over search engine use, like the use of Google, for example. It's known that the NSA has deals going on for surveillance with Microsoft, Google, Intel, and a host of other web service and computer vendors.
It's a fine line, though, isn't it? You've got to strike a balance between online safety, which is what this is all about, and, of course, the violation of privacy, which is what we're talking about. Now, this is of great concern to many people. So what's the reaction at the moment among computer users there in the States?
Well, the fear is that what the National Security Agency wants to do is conduct this sort of fishnet-type surveillance of the internet, that they won't have any sort of predicate to conduct surveillance, for example, counterterrorism, law enforcement, that they're going to go out there and look for things. We do know that there was a recent report from the New York Times, something that I had reported earlier, about an electronic mail interception program called Pinwheel that was actually monitoring the emails of former President Bill Clinton. So this is the fear that NSA is conducting what you could call a cyber Stasi type cyber Stasi type program, and there's a real fear among computer users that what the NSA is intending to do is nothing more than a sort of 1984 George Orwell type surveillance.
Wayne, just finally, America isn't the only country pursuing this sort of initiative. We've just seen Britain launching its Mastering the Internet program. That's what it's called. It's aimed at protecting national cybersecurity. What's the difference between the UK's and the Americans' program?
Very little difference. Actually, the Mastering the Internet program is a major program of the Government Communications Headquarters, GCHQ, in Britain. GCHQ, of course, is NSA's British counterpart. They work a lot together on surveillance issues, conduct a lot of joint surveillance activities, so there's very little difference between the two programs. I would note that Britain is probably a few years ahead of the United States in its total surveillance, especially through with the use of these video cameras everywhere. But GCHQ and NSA are in absolute virtual lockstep on this Internet surveillance program.
Well, we'll leave it there for the moment. Thanks very much indeed for your contribution there. That's investigative journalist and RT contributor Wayne Madsen from Washington, D.C.